Coach, so what did you know about East Texas before you got here? Because you come from the DFW area. Tell me what you thought about East Texas.
I knew very little. So my first 3 years ago, I remember a 2-hour and 15-minute bus ride in the middle of nowhere and thinking, where are we? Never thought that this would be a place that my first head coaching job would be. But since I've been here in East Texas, I love it, love the area, and so far everybody's been welcoming.
Tell me about Alvareo, the kind of program that y'all were running out there. One of the best in 4A football. Tell me what the program was like.
Sure, it's a culture of accountability and responsibility. You'll see the exact same things here if you kind of walk into our program now. It's a kid-first program. It's always about protecting, changing, and saving kids, and that's what I'm bringing here in my philosophy. But it's all put back on them. Accountability and responsibility is our focus.
Saving kids. What do you mean
Absolutely.
by? What do you mean by saving?
So, what I've learned is when kids are not involved with something, they don't generally make the best decisions. So what I want to do is keep them here for as long as I can to show them about life and how this program can help them. Because if they're not involved with something, they typically make the wrong decisions, which is ultimately bad for the future. So I want to keep them here around us to teach them as long as I can.
Coach, where did this want to help these kids out come from?
So being a part of the program back at home, being under Casey Alvareo, I got a chance to see what a program can do for kids and how it can change kids' lives. And I knew, okay, when I get in that seat, I know exactly what needs to be done to turn the program around, to keep kids and to build a quality program.
Coach, you mentioned when you talk about East Texas first before you got here, you're like, where am I? What was the process of getting here, becoming the head coach here?
So when I interviewed here, phenomenal interviewing committee. So I got the phone call to come out and interview, and that first day was great. I knew, again, it was that long drive again. I'm like, okay, this is what I have to get used to. But when I got here and I had an interview with that committee, it was phenomenal. And then from there, I went home and talked to my wife and kid about, what that experience was like, and that this could be something that could happen. It is far away from home, something that we're not used to. But it was just like Alvareo all over again. So again, that hiring committee, I saw my superintendent, I saw my principal, I saw the assistant principals, like, this could be something that could happen. And I felt safe and I felt protected. In the second interview, it just confirmed what I already knew.
And how has your family received it? How have you been here in East Texas? How's the community received you?
So my family loves it. They've been welcoming. My wife is here. She's settled. We started our daughter here at Eastside Elementary. She made friends quickly. She loves the area. So far, she's very open to being here in Jacksonville.
You like it? Is it good? Great, Coach. I saw when you came here, you talked to the players, you talked to some of the people surrounding the program, the parents. Why was that important, and what did you tell them? What is the message you wanted to get across?
Sure. I knew that this place was, they were starving for something. And so I told them what I'm bringing here is the exact same model back at Alvareo, and here's what it looks like. I need y'all's help is what I told them. So can you bring your kids to workouts? Can we be involved with them academically? Can we hold them responsible? Can we hold them accountable? And then I kind of told them what the model will look like, from lifting weights to running to grades to discipline to the standards. And they all agreed on it, and then I put back on them what it looks like. So you got to bring your kids up early in the morning. They got to stay after school and do a little extra. They got to focus on the academics, and they have to be a more disciplined team than they were a year ago. So if you can do all those things, what they want, they'll get. So I kind of listened to them and their voices and what they wanted, and then I put the program back on them.
First impressions when you first got here. I'm looking at what a lot of people consider the best stadium in Texas, not just East Texas. First impressions of the program.
Man, it's awesome. So the pressure's on now that we're voted the #1 stadium in Texas. So now we got to put a good product out there on the field. But first impressions, this place is gorgeous, and I can see why we're #1, rightfully so. So we're looking to get started in that first home game.
Coach, your plans, where do you want to take this program? There's a history here of success. McCown's played here. You want to get back to that kind of success. Where do you want to go with this program?
I want this place to be a well-known name in East Texas. And I think it starts with what we're doing now with the program and getting the right people around our kids, having the best standards, doing things the right way about our kids. And I think if we can do those small things, we'll get what we want, which is hopefully being a household name in East Texas.
Is there a program out there where you see how they rebuilt to where you want to be just like them?
It's funny you say that. So it's back at home. So we got to Alvareo, those teams were 2-8, 2-8, 2-8. And I'm not saying that it was because of us, but when we walked into that athletic program, they were used to losing. So we never talked about how we're going to win a game or how many games that we're going to win. We showed them what the model will look like to help those kids win games. And then that first year, we were 5-7. Second year, 7-5. The next year, 13-1. So we knew it had nothing to do with how many games we're going to win. It's how we're going to do it. And so that's what I'm bringing to Jacksonville. Not talking about games we're going to win. It's giving them that model that I talked about. Can we put those things in place? And then that will determine how many games we win.
Coach, how do you think is the most effective way to reach your players these days? You know, it's a different world than it was maybe when you were growing up playing. You know, kids, you know, social media, everything like that. What do you think is the best way? You're very active on Twitter and things like that. What's the best way to reach your kids?
You beat me to it. It's social media, and it's having the presence. So the things that were not in place before we got here are now in place. We want to show our kids' faces out to the community and to the world, and to show them what we're doing in Jacksonville. But that's number one. What can I do to show off our kids and their talents to the world? And then that's going to generate a buzz in itself, and then more kids are going to come out and be a part of that. So that's the ticket, is social media.
And Coach, I mean, why should someone want to come play here in Jacksonville?
Why?
Yes, sir.
Well, number one, it's voted the #1 best stadium in the state of Texas. So we have the burning of the Jade that I'm going to get a chance to witness on a Friday night. This is a very welcoming community. You have to see it for yourself when you come to the first game. But I'm lucky to be here and to be a part of the #1 stadium in the state of Texas.
You're here to, you know, turn around the football team, but obviously the athletic director side of things, that's the whole program. You know, how are you attacking building everything up, not just the football program?
So when I first came here, you know, I made some promises to some very important people. So that it wasn't just about football, it was about every sport that's on campus. And my only goal was to surround our kids with coaches, again, who they can see themselves becoming, that they want to come to practice, they want to be around, they enjoy being around Jacksonville athletics. That was my only purpose, because I want our environment to be a place that's welcoming the kids where they want to come back. So I think have gotten to that point. We've had our last hire, which was him, by the way, and so the kids are excited about it. I think every person we have in this building around our kids can see themselves becoming. So I think we hit a home run.